Good morning everyone and welcome back to Cosmetic Chaos. My name's Candace if you haven't been here before, and I hope you stick around if you haven't been here before. It's been a little while since I have done a get ready with me, so I thought I would go through some new products, some old products, and try a few things out while chatting with you on the interwebs. This is truly like a get ready with me, like I just rolled my ass out of bed and made myself the biggest coffee in the world, because that's how you get by in life as an adult. So I'm told anyway. I did just try and put my contacts in and it really doesn't work out some days. Some days my eyes just completely reject them, so I am contactless and now my eyes are a little watery. But I'm going to start out by moisturizing my face. I just got this in a VIB Rouge sale order yesterday. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. So I used the watermelon sleeping mask yesterday from them, and I actually noticed a significant difference in my skin this morning. It was not visibly different, but felt very, very soft, which is kind of awesome. So we're gonna go in with 2 pumps of this. It did actually take some of the redness out of my skin as well. Oh man, I like sound like I just woke up. I did actually want to mention a couple of things before we really get into the makeup. So when I went to New York, I had picked up the silk scrunchies kind of on a whim when I was standing in that the lineup that like really gets you at Sephora. You know, everybody gets caught by that lineup little sample purchase thing every time, and I picked these up. So I ended up really liking them, surprisingly. I thought I was kind of gonna laugh at myself and be like, what the hell are you doing? But I ended up picking up some more of them as well as the big ones, and I really like the big ones for sleeping. Samantha Ravindal recently talked about these as well, and not that I need to back up my fellow Canadian, but damn, do they ever work good, especially for a scrunchie. They're so much better for your hair. Yes, they are a little bit more expensive than you would typically pay for a hair tie, like a lot of it more expensive than you would pay for a hair tie, but I've had these for 2 weeks and I lose hair ties every day and I haven't lost any of them, and I find my hair does not pull as much when I'm sleeping when I use the big scrunchies. So I'm using one now, and I just put my hair up with the big black one, and that's all I have to say about those. I'm gonna prime my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. So I always do my eyes first, so we're gonna go through that, and I'm gonna give like a few little life updates and things as we go. So if I don't tell you every single thing I use or every single shade I use, apologies, everything will be listed in the description box. So I'm gonna use the Game of Thrones Urban Decay palette. If you haven't seen it before, it has the like Iron Throne on the inside and you can pull the shadows out of it. People be complaining about the packaging on it, but like, it's a limited edition Game of Thrones palette. What did you expect? It's always big. That's the whole point of it. That's why they gave Urban Decay the rights to do the special editions. I think I'm gonna stick mostly with the shades on the top here. This is the North of the Wall Quint, I guess we're gonna call it. Realistically, I'll probably do what I normally do and move between all of them, but I am going for like a cooler-ish look. So I'm most definitely not a drama channel, but I wanted to quickly touch on what's going on in the beauty community yet again. We're having some more of the cancel culture going on. For those of you who don't know, Tarte has basically put out a statement saying she's no longer affiliated with James Charles. For multiple reasons, which we won't get in here. I have a deep appreciation for how Tarte handles these things. She's always very factual. She doesn't sit on camera and cry. She goes on as an adult, and you can really tell who the mature one is in these situations. I may be a little bit biased because I have always been a fan of Tarte and never really been a fan of James Charles. I found him to be immature and a little bit strange. And I have no problems with his life choices or how he chooses to live his life. Like, I'm actually very open to the choice of anybody to live how they wish to live. But I just was really disappointed in how he treated her after everything she very publicly did for him. Again, I might be a little bit biased, but you just don't act like that. And I'm tired of people saying, oh, well, he's young, so it's okay. Well, no, it's not okay. It's like knowing what the difference between right and wrong, and knowing when enough of it is enough. It's not like he's 13 years old, he's like 20. And ask yourself at 20 what you would have gotten away with in these kind of scenarios where he's like sexually bullying people who are not swinging the way he's swinging. Like, that's insane to me. Completely fucking unacceptable. I'm actually going to substitute the palette, the Urban Decay palette, with some of my Lorac shadows, which I have depotted and put into this massive Lorac shadow, this massive Colored Rain palette. Truthfully, I'm in no way surprised on how things have played out. I'm, as I said before, really just disappointed on behalf of Tarte and James's relationship. A lot of people are saying that she made him. I think she pointed him in the right direction, and I'm sure she helped him quite a bit. Like, I truthfully believe that he probably wouldn't be where he is if it wasn't for her. But the second he surpassed her in subscribers and popularity and celebrity, there is some accountability on himself as well. Like, he was obviously doing things she wasn't and hitting markets she wasn't, and that's really great, and I'm happy for them. But I don't fully agree with the whole, like, she made him everything she was and he would be nothing without her. I believe he would be something, probably just not the something that he is. Anyway, from what I understand, it is the biggest drop in subscribers on record ever. James has lost almost 1 million subscribers as of right now since the video from Tarte came out. I think it's insane that she spent 45 minutes explaining in a very calm manner how things went and what was said and why she was choosing to dissolve the relationship and choosing to dissolve it publicly. And all he could do for her was do an 8-minute video of him not really having anything to say, telling his mother not to defend him because, like, what? I really don't want to talk only about this. I'm just a little bit sad for them, so I wanted to touch on it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Please keep civil, obviously. It is just YouTube and it's not that big a deal. I really feel for her that she has to look at this person in her wedding pictures for the rest of her life, and I do kind of wonder how much damage control is going on behind the scenes between both of their management and PR teams. Really, this has given Tarte the ability to go over 6 million subscribers now. She was somewhere in the mid-5s. Now she has hit 6, and I truthfully believe she will hit 7 probably by the end of the day. So as much as people can say this looks like a PR stunt, I personally don't think it was. I actually think she just put it out there and people are making their choice. And that's what happens when you have great power that comes with great responsibility. You totally get fucked in these situations. The sad part is he will continue to get away with what he's doing. Like, he's lost all these subscribers, yes, but he also, like, truthfully, he will still have a massive following and likely one that is way bigger than Tate's. The blue I'm using from the Lorac palette is, I think it's called Blue Jean, and it's from the Lorac Pro 4. And I've been using this Frozen North shade. I do wish that YouTube had the ability to, like, actually, like, cut people off when this kind of shit comes out so that the poor kids that worship him so were not affected, because that kind of makes me sick. Because you know there's like a bunch of 13-year-olds being like, no, this old bitch is ruining his career on purpose, she's just jealous. And the people that, like, the kids that just don't understand what's going on and what the mistakes are he has done. And truthfully, when he came on and did his apology video and basically just said, oh yeah, like, Tarte did warn me that boys would get me in trouble. Like, no, boys didn't get you in trouble. You being a friggin' predator got you in trouble, and you don't want to say that. I would have more respect for the situation with him if he would just admit what he actually did, instead of trying to gloss over it like it wasn't a big deal. And considering this kid has a scandal every 5 minutes, like, you think at this point you could be your own PR person. I'm just tapping Hard Home, which is the big shade, the circle, in the inner corner here. all in all, that whole situation's been very disappointing to me. Again, I've never liked James Charles. I always felt his behavior was very inappropriate, considering the type of audience he has, which was very disappointing to me, because if you were going to sit there and have that type of celebrity, you should be using it for good, not evil, and not to tell people you just need a dick to suck. I just think it's deplorable and disgusting, and you can sit here and defend him till the day you die. He's never been somebody I have loved. I also don't really understand how many people have gone on and been like, I'm not using my palette anymore, I'm destroying it, it's going in the garbage, da da da. So that Urban Decay blue shades definitely have some fallout. And that is why I always do my eyes first. So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury WonderGlow Primer, Instant Soft Focus Beauty Flash Primer. So this also just came yesterday, and I'm gonna give this a go. Turn around tired, dull skin in a beauty flash. Powered by a fluorescent core, sweet lord. So yeah, the people that are basically saying they will not be supporting him anymore, that's fine. You don't want to use his makeup, that's fine. But like, truthfully, why throw your shit out? You're like hurting yourself. Don't use it on your channel, don't talk about it, don't recommend it. But like, why throw it away? You've already given him your money. This is a lot shinier than I thought it was gonna be, and now I'm afraid. Oh my god, it looks like gold. Oh my god. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is not actually pore filling. I've been slowly getting more into Charlotte Tilbury lately. I feel like a lot of the stuff I try from her is really great. And I really like how it looks, and it's like dramatic but natural. Like the old Hollywood glam is really where it's at with Charlotte Tilbury. Kinda look like I got a black eye on that eye. Man, that was not good. Okay, primer is on. It's definitely not, oh, it's like slowly sinking into my skin and giving me like, in the mirror, I don't know if you can see it here, but in the mirror it's definitely giving me like a more smoothish finish. So in my New York haul, I did pick up the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and I don't like it for underneath my eyes, but I do kind of like it for spot concealing. It's a very dry concealer. Emily Noel really likes this, but I don't really get it. It's not my favorite concealer by any stretch of the consideration, but for spot concealing when I have a little breakouts, because, you know, adult acne, why not? It does help there for me, which is nice. Yeah, I am of the old school where I put concealer under my foundation, okay? Okay? You don't have to do what I do. I feel like I've been a little bit absent on YouTube lately, and a lot of stuff has been going on at work that is making me not really in the mood to film, and I don't like to come on here and be all like, man, what was me? Because everybody's got their problems. Apparently there's makeup in my coffee, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. Yeah, I don't like to be like, oh, what was me? Because really, everybody has stuff going on, and everybody has work and challenges and medical problems, so I only film when I feel like in my heart it's gonna be something good, and lately I just haven't been feeling like that. So for foundation, I've tried this a couple times. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define, and I'm not totally on board with it, but I am going to give it another try today. I feel like sometimes it's okay, and other times I'm like, what? This is in this shade F7, which I think I also could have gone a shade lighter. So I'll just dot some of that on in no particular order. Yeah, so work has been really crazy. One of the girls that works for me was promoted. I'm very proud of her. She absolutely deserved it, but she was, I have a right and a left hand, and then a team that are kind of not below them, but that do different types of work, and my right hand was just cut off, and my left hand is about to get cut off too. My boss has also been promoted, and not that I was heavily reliant on him, but it definitely hurts when your right and left hand are basically down for the count, and then your leadership is also gone for a undetermined amount of time. He's not coming back, but there's going to be some sort of replacement plan, I'm sure. I really like how this went on over that primer. Maybe I just wasn't using the right primer. Can you see? Ignore the craziness that is my brows, but like, So yeah, lots of movement been going on at work. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, if I want to stay where I am or if I want to try something else. I'm a big believer in movement in your career and learning new things. And if you've seen one of my Q&As before, you probably do know that about me already, that I think it's very important not to be stagnant in your career and continuously be learning about new things. As well, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that one of my best friends moved across the country recently, and so there's three. I have three very close friends. Well, I have more than three very close friends, but there's three that I would say are the ones I spend the most time with and know the most about and am most involved with their lives in general. So one moved across the country in September, fairly suddenly, just to kind of get along with her life, and I'm in full support of doing that. And while I was in New York, the other one who I spend most of my time with, she actually works for my company as well, she also moved across the country. I knew she was going, we just didn't know when, and then when I was in New York, they got a call and had to leave, so we never got to say goodbye, and she was just kind of gone when I got home. So I'm very proud of both of them for making those choices in their life to do what is best for them. So I won't hold up the entire container because I will spill it everywhere, but the Fenty Beauty loose powder in lavender I am using to kind of powder most of my face, not the whole thing. I have been really liking this powder, and I think it gives so great of a finish, such a great finish, so great of a finish to pretty much any foundation. When I was in New York a couple weeks ago, I had taken the Tarte Shape Tape foundations, both the matte and the hydrating one, and when I was using this powder with them, my skin was totally flawless all day. So I mixed the two foundations and then I was using this powder, and goddamn, was that ever nice. It's something I never would have bought, that's for sure. I bought it on the recommendation of Mel Thompson. So it's like a lavender type undertone, but it's kind of like translucent as well. I do still use my Laura Mercier translucent powder for under my eyes. It's just a classic and you really can't get away from it. It wouldn't be a video of mine if my nose wasn't running and my battery wasn't dying in my camera. So yeah, all in all, there's been lots of change going on with the people in my life, lots of people in and out. I don't want to say I'm not a people person, like I'm okay being alone, but when I have like my group, I like to have my group. So it's been a little bit challenging for me to work through all of this at the same time. So what else is going on with me? So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Face Sculpting Cream. It's called Contour Wand Easy Contour. And it just kind of like, first of all, you unscrew it and then you push it up. So this is something I bought a little while ago and was like, I actually bought it because Raw Beauty Christie had bought it and tried it, and I couldn't believe the results she got, so I tried it and I really like it. Can't lie. I don't have anything else like this. I've never really tried anything like this, but it just gives this like look and finish that I've never really had before, and I really like how it looks. Athena was also in surgery on Thursday, so, and obviously they're upset about it. Yes, Athena was in surgery a couple days ago. She had what we think was a skin tag on her chest, but since Apollo died from a random tumor that we thought was something that it wasn't, we don't take any chances anymore, so she's had that removed. She has 2 stitches on her chest. She took it well. She's fine. Everything is good there. It always stresses me out a little bit when my dogs are in the vet or the hospital because of what happened with our boxer, where we thought he had a bee sting and it turned out to be a cancerous tumor, and then he ended up having to be put down for it. We have every lump and bump removed from our dogs we can get, which honestly I know is probably not the best idea, but I just can't take that risk again. So I also picked up the Natasha and Denona Diamond and Glow. It's this little wee guy, and I'm going to use this as my blush. Yeah, it's blush and highlighting powder. I'm skeptical on how this is gonna look. I was trying to keep more natural light this time, but the natural light's going in and out, so sorry. Alright, so I'm going in with the blush and this Beauty Big Bang brush. Really liked these brushes. I feel like they don't get enough credit. Beauty Big Bang is like some random China thing or brand. I've had it linked in my description box for a while. They've sent me a whole bunch of stuff. I really like their brushes for synthetic brushes. They're pretty good. I'm not really loving this blush though, I don't think. I like how it looks in the monitor, but I don't like how it looks on my face. It doesn't really give me any pizzazz. Yeah, just to touch on the Athena thing again, because I have a captive audience somewhat. I'm unsure if it was a skin tag because it was changing size and shape, and it took 2 stitches to remove it. So obviously the cut was not that small. And as a side note, it would change size, shape, and color, and in the matter of like 6 months, it grew from an actual skin tag to like something that looked like the tiniest ball sack hanging off of her chest. And for many years I've had dogs and never seen anything like that in my life. And it's like for a skin tag, it's normally from your skin rubbing together, and it was on the front of her chest, so it's not rubbing on anything. Like, where are you coming from? I don't get it. I guess while we're in there, we will also use the Diamond Glow highlight, because why not? Hopefully this is not super sparkly intense. Looks like it might be. Okay, let's just do it. Oh, that's pretty. I should have known. I should have known that would be pretty. I'm actually kind of liking where all this is going. No lies. I also have picked up the Chanel Soleil de Tan. Oh, hi, Deez. Thank you for smashing my door open. Hi, Bub. Do you want to come and make a cameo? That's a light. He's afraid of the lights, so every so often he decides he wants to knock one over. Yeah, so I picked up the Tan Day at Chanel, and I've been just kind of using either a beauty blender or this is a Kat Von D double-ended contour brush, and putting it into my hairline, which is something I never used to do. Excuse me, get out of my garbage can. And have since been doing since I bought it, and I think it makes a wonderful difference on how things look. So I will continue to do this. Like, I don't know if it was that primer, if it's the foundation with the primer, if it's the moisturizer, and the fact that I actually did a sleeping mask last night, but my skin looks great. So I'm also going to take the Chanel bronzer and just quickly do like down my nose. I don't do this a lot either anymore, but it does help. It does help. You're gonna have to be okay with listening to Diesel walk around if you can hear it, because he will not lay down and he won't leave. But I love my booze, so I don't even care. So you can't, thanks. You can't leave. You didn't want to leave. That's him now scratching at the door to get out. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills DipBrow in Ebony to do my brows. And who can top doing their brows? Not me, that's for sure. So I have had a whole bunch of stuff going on the weekends lately, so I haven't even really been able to film when I do want to film and when I do feel like it. Like, I've missed my last 2 BoxyCharms. It's been a while since I've done an update on the yearly Project Pan. I'm gonna film that probably later today, if not immediately after this. I have to go get my tires changed today, for example. I have burnt the tires out on my vehicle, so I have to go get new ones, so that's at 12:30. I have a dinner with friends today. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Last weekend there was stuff going on both days. And every time there's a nice day, my husband wants to go out in the car and just go ripping around, so then I kind of lose that time too. I always have a tough time when the seasons change trying to manage my time on the weekends, because I just don't have time during the week when I get home, when I leave the house at 5:30 in the morning and I get home at like 8. because by the time I'm home, I'm exhausted. And I'm also ugly. Like, I am ugly and I'm grumpy. So nobody wants YouTube Candace to be ugly and grumpy. When I'm feeling brow lazy, I totally just like do a little dip brow and then I go in with a gimme brow and sort my shit out. I'm not known for my brows. I'm never going to, and I don't care. I can't get over the difference that primer makes with that foundation. I'm going to keep trying that combination, and then I'm going to try it with a few other foundations and try the foundation with a couple of other primers and see if it's really just a good pairing together. In typical Candace fashion, I'm going to do a black wing with the NYC Liquid liner. Funny enough, the reflection coming off of the ring light is making it so I can't see what I'm doing in the eyeliner. I really hate when, after I'm done, basically done my makeup anyway, or pretty close, I start to look and it's starting to look patchy. This happens to me with blue and purple all the time. It's like the pigment just doesn't like my skin. Or I just suck at makeup, one or the other. All right, liner is done. So for mascara, I've been giving the old college try to the Pat McGrath Fetish eyes. I at first didn't like it. If you guys recall, I did that whole video on trying on the Pat McGrath little 6-pan palette that it came with the Fetish eyes as well as that little glitter thing. The name is eluding me at the moment if you can't tell, but this definitely has caught my attention again. I didn't love it at first, but now that it's dried out a little bit, and I find this with a lot of mascaras, I never liked them the first go around, but when I have had them open for a little bit and then let them dry out for like a week or two, it typically makes my feelings change quite a bit. Like, I seriously can't get over how my skin looks in this mirror. I know everybody says this, but this is totally the problem with trying a bunch of things all at the same time, is you don't really know what's making the improvements. Alright, so mascara is on. I'm going to quickly take that palette and just kind of smudge some blue underneath my lash line as well. And I'm going to take a white eyeliner and put it on my lower inner rim because I do look tired as balls and I don't want to look tired as balls anymore. So I'm trying to be a better makeup citizen and do more smudging of things on the lower lash line because I don't typically, because I'm lazy. How do we feel about it? Better? Worse? For those of you that hang around a lot, I would love to know what's going on with you in the comments down below. I feel like I haven't really had a chance to chat with a lot of you. Some of you I talk to quite a bit, and I feel like I have been a shitty YouTube friend, and like I have basically fallen off the planet. It's really not my intention. It's just kind of happened. I even really stopped posting on Instagram. I feel like when I'm on social media, I'm on, and when I'm off and not feeling like myself, I'm just like off. And there's no healthy in between. But that's just who I am as a person. So for lips, I'm going to use this old ass Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Pure Hollywood. I had this as a favorite 100 times over. I've always really liked this shade. It's just like that perfect nude for me that goes with most looks. I'm probably going to add this to a project pan because it is older and it is almost gone. Not to like set myself up for success, but it is time to just kind of work through it. So the yearly project pan is going to become a rolling project pan. So the next video that goes up will have some new products in it as well as some of the ones I've used up. So for my final touch, I'm going to spray on some Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist. I don't know if this actually helps with the life of my makeup, but I don't even care. I really love the way it feels. It just feels good. It feels nice, and I'm gonna do it. Plus, it smells nice. I will say about this, it does have the same type of fine mist that the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray does. Obviously this one you have to spray multiple times, and the Morphe one you can just spray, but it's exactly the same type of mist based on like feel. It's very, very, very fine. Like when they say ultra fine, they mean it. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm really sorry I haven't really been around that much. I'm hoping to be able to be a little bit more consistent again and get a few videos out each weekend instead of just once a week. I really miss doing this. I really miss talking to you guys in the comments, so let me know what's going on with you. I want all of your life updates. Let me know all the makeup, what you think of it, or if you've tried any of it, because truthfully I haven't really deep dived into a lot of this to give thorough thoughts on it. So I'm off to go get my tires changed, and I'll see you later.